Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time for some more Powerwash Simulator 2 with me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome. We are ready to get back to work and do a job for the Park Warden, who we haven't heard from in a while. Not since we cleaned I think the last time we did anything for him was like the big gnome fountain that they apparently had lost. Uh, it's a little confusing, but we are ready to get back into it. Now, I have looked, and we are about a quarter of the way done with this game, so we've still got a lot to go. So let's go ahead and jump into the game, shall we? So here we are. As you can see, it's about, our little wheel here is about a quarter of the way filled. So yeah, we've still got if you figure we should have about 12 to 16 episodes, I think, at least for the initial run. Hello, Bubbles. Hello, Squeak. And proud Mama Ulysses. All right, so yeah, we're ready to head to the bandstand. Muckenham's Spring Festival is only a few short weeks away now, and that means the usual outdoor concert at the bandstand. Unfortunately, the band are refusing to play on it in its current condition. Deputy Warden Indy Clemson's already gone at it with a mop and bucket, but the removal of such profound dirt deposits requires a grit that they are yet to fully develop. This is one time I can say with certainty that what we need is someone with your diligence and hydraulic finesse. Now, I have kind of looked at some of the achievements, and I guess this one we're supposed to finish the hatch in it last. Is there any mysterious... Okay, no mysterious... Wait, there's already 1% on the baluster? Really? Alright, well, let's do the smart thing, and we'll start at the top. And we're going to go with the Urban X because that's kind of what we generally prefer. That's what we've been using for most of our jobs is the Urban X. It does provide a little bit more. All right, looks like we've gotten the innards of the flower. Go. Now imagine you're wondering how the name Herbert Heck, how the name of Herbert Heck did our bandstand get in such a sorry state. Well, seeing as you've been too busy to stop by lately, I'll tell you. All right, Parky. Oh, that's all you're gonna give me right now is is a vague promise to tell me a story. I think we've got all of them. All right, we need to turn our targeting back on. they are definitely still kind of teasing us with stuff like the supposedly the big old giant truck that, you know, only one person has apparently seen and didn't actually show up while we were cleaning, despite him feeling it in his gizzard. Which reminds me, I actually wanted to take a look and see what the hell exactly is a gizzard. So it's a muscular organ in birds' digestive tract, similar to the stomach that grinds food. So yeah, no wonder he couldn't. No wonder his gizzard was giving him false information. He doesn't have one. You have a stomach, not a gizzard. There we go. Now we'll get this little side piece here. Like, I really do question how this guy with a mop and bucket was going to take care of the roof. Like, where would you put a bucket up here that isn't going to, like, fall off? At least it's not like super sticky mess or anything like that. It's not like this, like the purple and like the multicolored purple and blue and green funk that was at the gas station. I'm still kind of curious as to what that was. Like, That's the point where I miss the dirt detail. Maybe that was one of the things that they were struggling with. I don't know. Because they were saying that, like, back when they dropped the demo, they were saying that they were having trouble optimizing it for some consoles. Or at least some platforms. Which does make me wonder just, you know, what parts of it, like what things they had to like say, hey, okay, so to get it out on time or in a timely manner, we're going to just kind of remove this for now. And we'll keep working on getting it optimized. Of course, you know all about the Muckingham Merman appearing from nowhere deep in the desert and firing forth a blue beam of his day and night. But what you might not know is that this bandstand has become a pulpit for every tin pot gas bag wanting to give their warm bake on where it might have come from or what it might all mean. What it all might mean. Oh, so yeah, this place was a hot spot for crackpots. Gotcha. And let me guess, some people that didn't, disagreements arose, many of which were probably quite loud. All right, yes, I want you, but I want the extra long extension. think we've got all of that stuff. We should be good to go with just the regular, with the short extension now. No sense limiting our reach any more than we have to. Obviously, we're going to have to hit the inside as well. All right, so we can actually get the foundation. There we go. This is why you always call the professionals. Trying to do this all with a mop and bucket. Are you crazy? All right. We'll worry about the insides and stuff later. Oh, hey, Parky. I guess they have a point, mind you. Who has a point? What? Why does the merman's beam... What does the merman's beam even do anyway? It helped tamper down the volcano. Okay. A couple of years ago, it might have helped neutralize Mount Rushmore, thereby preventing an apocalyptic event. But what has it done since then? See, you're the type of person that I hate. It's like, hey, I help prevent the apocalypse as well. Does that mean I'm no good anymore? Like, if something helps prevent an apocalyptic event, you don't say, hey, well, what have you done since? Like, dude, you would be dead if it weren't for that thing, if it weren't for the merman. And the person who cleaned it. Thank you very little. People like that make you wonder, was it really worth preventing the apocalypse? Maybe we should have just, you know, gotten the hell out and like let the entire world go to shit. And it does prove that most people don't know what actually happened, which makes the whole shooting gallery even more questionable. Like, they know that for some reason, somehow, the merman helped prevent the apocalypse, but that's about it. They don't know what it actually did or anything like that, or where it came from, or like anything. And they're not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing anymore. All right. Go ahead and just go in big old circles. Still, you haven't explained why those people, like, voicing their opinions and their disdain and everything like that. You haven't explained how that led to this problem. All right, let's get the middle. The middle extension here. There we go. I can stand upright and do this. Want to make sure to look down far enough that I'm not going to like try and run with it. See, besides giving us, you know, besides giving us a false sense of progression as far as buying new stuff, it also breaks up the monotony because it's like you're not just spraying now, you're actually like, you know, scrubbing the floor. All right, there we go. So we've got the entire outside done now, I think. Now we just need to do the inside. Wait, where's my... Okay, there it is. Trying to figure out where my crosshairs went? I'm like, I'm pretty sure I turned you guys on. $2 per stare. All right, get the big extension then. Hello there, Moon Mage. Welcome. So the stories that we found out, or the bit of the story that we found out so far, is apparently this gazebo became the hot spot for people to come in and spout their conspiracy theories and their disdain for, and their possible disdain for the merman statues, like putting out its beam. I'm still not sure how it wound up, how that explains the mess that this place is in. But it turns out that the Park Warden is kind of a conspiracy theorist. Who would have guessed? And he's kind of like on the side of, he can kind of understand some of what they're saying. They're like, well, why does it, we don't know anything about it. What is it that beam does? He does know that it somehow helped calm Mount Rushless and prevent an apocalypse. But then he asked the question of, but what has it done what has it done lately? Which, you know, kind of looking at the wrong side of things there. Which is not surprising. It's like, you know, I'm kind of surprised that he even acknowledges that it did anything. I mean, he's the type that would be like, hey, we didn't need this fancy beam thing going all the time back when I was a kid, so why do we need it now? The apocalypse wasn't a threat all back when I was a kid. Kind of surprised that he isn't, like, you know, trying to say, hey, you know, these damn kids today, they're the reason that the world almost ended. I mean, this level of like filth and stuff is a lot more than just because of increased foot traffic. Like, this is somebody slinging more than words. They're slinging literal mud. Okay, so now we should be able to go back to this. Just go around the exterior here, at least as a start, and then we'll work our way in. Let's not rush it. That's when you get spots like that, where it's just like, hey, you didn't really clean much of anything here. Alright, so there's, yeah, column, pedestal, floor, so we should just, there is just the hatch, right? Just the hatch, alright. Harper Shaw. Love how the bandstand has a hatch, just in case the band are tanking and need a quick getaway. Okay, seriously, Harper, are you like spying on me and shit? Camilla Jackson, Powerwash Services. On behalf of the Barclay Street Residents Committee, I'd like to commission you to clean the eyesore, which is number 46. Okay. And yes, I changed to a red outfit now. I figure, since we're using the urban X, you know, black and red is kind of their color scheme. Dirt Finder, Indy informs me that you've done an incredible job. It never ceases to amaze me how something as persistent as dirt is shifted by something as wishy-washy as water. By the way, don't forget to book Ulysses for her festival hat fitting. You know that cat's the star of the show, Park Warden. Right, so is that who I'm going with next? Is the haberdasher? Am I going to the haberdasher? You ready to get your little hat on, buddy? I still find it weird that, like, the stuff that's, like, the cake man. Like, they made a whole article about the guy on the scooter that goes and gets discounted cake. And by the way, Cake Man is a horrible name. I just want to go on record by saying that is a horrible name. Oh, look, the little kitties are playing. That's from the shooting gallery. All right, what is the Nouveau house? All right, what is it for our next power washer? So the next Prime Vista is 5,000. The next Urban is 6,000. Okay. Oh, you're here. Fantastic. This house has been a blight on the street for ages. Honestly, if he wasn't such a good lawyer, we'd sue him for our lost valuation of our collective property. Not to mention the damage he's doing to Muckingham's chances of becoming Town of the Year. Berkeley Street is front and center of the mayoral processional route, as I'm sure he's aware. Don't worry about getting evicted. We've checked all the local bylaws. It's perfectly legal for you to be here, so get washing. Okay, you guys are taking this competition way too serious. I'm just saying, you are taking things way too seriously. Calm down, relax, take a deep breath. I see you, little buddy. Yes, you sit there. Actually looking to see where our cats are this time. Oh. Hi, Bubbles. There's Squeak. And there's Proud Mama. All right, take us up to the top. I pressed jump. Why didn't you jump? I'm not sure what I would. I'm not sure what I would name him. Maybe the discount delicatessenary? Wait, Wishy, you know whose house you're cleaning, right? No. Oh God, is it Blake Thrust's? Means you're so up on everything, Harper. Whose house is this? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they got the names, but I am kind of wondering how much of the Britishness came through with the naming of the cats. Because Bubble and Squeak is a type of, it is like a really old type of British dinner. Which doesn't exactly bode well for the cats if, you know, we're naming them after like a dinner. It's one of those that's supposed to be like really easy to make and, you know, really a hearty type meal, like a lot of British, you know, cooking. Easy, kind of bland, but boy, it'll fill you up. All right, Harper. Davian Lesage, the legendary lawyer. Apparently, they were all set to take down the mayor years ago. But after being foiled by a dirty judge, he got so disillusioned that he went into seclusion, and he's been there ever since. Oh, so yeah, I get the feeling that the mayor, like, bought off a judge, or either, I'm not so sure that the mayor would have been able to buy off a judge, but maybe like Blake Thrust bought off the judge. I'm still wondering when Thrust is going to show up. Like, surely he didn't die in that battle. As much as we would have liked it for him to have died in that battle with the future people. Maybe getting his house clean will give him the kick in the pants that he needs to, like, you know, get out there and try again. Either that, or I'm gonna, like, you know, I'm gonna go inside and at some point, and I'm gonna find his dead body just kind of curled up, probably holding like a book of all his past glories. So apparently, according to the Park Warden, it's been about 3 years since we saved the world. Which I was kind of wondering that. I was wondering how long it had been. But yeah, apparently 3 years ago is when the merman started shooting his beam and helped delay the apocalypse. Whoa! Ah, God damn it! You know what? No, we can just use this. And boop. I'll probably need to like hit the front portion of that roof. The only reason I know of Bubble and Squeak is because of the Terry Pratchett books, the Discworld novels. I have no idea what it actually is. I looked it up one time, and basically it kind of gets, well, I should say that, and also, Are You Being Served? Yeah, that's one of those that one of the streaming companies needs to pick that up and needs to have needs to get a deal with BBC to start streaming that show again. Wishy, do you think we should ask Xavion if it's okay to be here? My golden rules: never get on the bad side of good people. I'll reach out. And by the time he replies, I'm gonna be done. If he replies, I mean, part of being a recluse is you don't exactly answer the phone when people call. I'm pretty sure that's one of the main tenets. So many random sounds that's like, what the hell is that? I'm not used to hearing like the dramatic background sounds. Like usually it's like just loop general like stuff that fits the area, not like, oh hey, that is a big ass truck of some sort. Okay, so yeah, there's like definitely a frontage to it that needs done. All right. All right, let's extend it out a couple then. Davion Lestrange, it's an honor. We just want to make sure that we're fine being here today. Well, I'll admit, when you first started working, I was tempted to open a window, holler Pearson versus Kinski 1975 at you and get you escorted from the premises. But actually, I'm quite enjoying the ambience. Great. I mean, I'm not quite sure what ambiance you're talking about. I mean, I'm just washing your filthy house. Although you can't settle everything with precedence, because it's like, I'm pretty sure there's, you know, yeah, your house is devaluing all the houses in the neighborhood. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, as long as like they're not forcing you to pay for this, they're perfectly within they are actually within their legal rights to have you like have your house washed. I mean, a lot of cities will say, hey, if if you aren't keeping up with your lawn or something like that, they can just, yeah, they can come in and just have somebody come mow your lawn and then basically fine you for the price of having somebody do that. So maybe you don't want to go down that road of, hey, we're how about precedence? It's like, yeah. All right, so we definitely want to make sure to get everything above this like domed roof thing. Maybe we'll get him off his ass and be like, hey, you can't sit around moping all the damn time. Besides, Jeff Jefferson the 13th is back, baby. And he is up to something, and it's probably not any good. No, I just want to, yes. I just want to go with a snub nose so that we get a nice wide span, a nice wide shot. Where is the part of this that isn't clean yet? There we go. Alright, it's that fine edge right along here. Thinking these probably have a front side and a bottom side that we need to deal with. All right. Go ahead and just take this down. Right about there. That's fine. Godfinder, a mutual cleanup of the county continues apace. How soon can you get to the recreational grounds? I don't know. Why are you suddenly so obsessed with this, with the county being clean? Like, what is it that you're getting out of this? You have never done anything for the good of the people before. Like, yeah, I get the feeling like he has an ulterior motive. Like the town of the years contest sounds like he's trying to get people to wash stuff away. Like there's got to be something that he's getting out of this. Like, is there a wider... Does he get, like, a governmental bonus or something for cleaning up his county? What's the deal? Because I do not believe that he is doing this for the good of everybody. What is all this red stuff on your patio, on your balcony here, sir? Did you murder somebody out here? Should I be concerned? I mean, obviously I should be concerned. I should be concerned about everything that I'm cleaning. Up here, and let's come over here, because there was like a small like balcony or windowsill that we can land on. Yeah, right there. All right, now we need to go with the snub nose, because otherwise we're going to be too close to really extend it out. are very ornate windows and stuff. Like, that's... very unusual pattern here. Like, what is that supposed to be? Are you part of some sort of secret organization? It also helps that I can also detect from the manner in which you've cleared the 49% of my house that you intend to do a thorough job. You are really quick to figure out exactly how much of your house I've cleaned. Like, I wasn't even sure how much I'd cleaned until you said that. Why would I do a crappy job? Like, obviously, if I'm hired to do a job, I'm going to do a good job. I mean, it's my company, so I kind of have to. Yeah, I mean, you know, to be fair, he is a lawyer, so paying attention to detail is a good trait to have in a lawyer. I mean, at least he has a doormat. It's not a welcome doormat, but, you know, at least it's a doormat. Kind of surprised it doesn't say go away. I was going to say, I'm like, come on now. There's the frame. Yeah, this is a very peculiar and very repeated style. Like the circle at the top, almost like an omega, and then extends down. Like that is repeated often. All right. I'm just gonna pick you up and move you out of the way because we don't really need you. We can do this from the ground. there's that. Go ahead and get everything down to kind of the same level here. Curious, several hairs from a British shorthair have transferred from your person to my windowsill. It appears you still have possession of the mayor's cat. Oh God, he's gonna come out with he's gonna come out with like some obscure fact that like in Caldera County, whoever owns the cat is, like head muckety muck of the entire place, isn't it? Like that's what I thought from the first one was like, okay, so because I have the cat, does that make me the mayor? Like, I think that's why Jefferson the 13th wants his cat back. It's because it's the whoever owns the cat is like, yeah. Like, gets to be mayor or like has like executive powers of some sort. I would not be surprised if that's like a major part of it. Exactly. Either that or like kind of like, the old idea of, hey, yeah, Xavion, about that. The mayor's been demanding Ulysses back. Where do we stand? Well, did you have an official transfer of guardianship? If not, then I'm afraid he has a case. I mean, how official do we need to... How official are we talking here? Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, thanks. I mean, we kind of did. He did say in a text message after I cleaned his boat that if we ever saw that cat, it was ours. But yeah, I was thinking kind of like along the lines of like, you know how like in movies and books and stuff, they're like, oh, well, I'm leaving like the majority of the shares of this company to the cat or to the dog. And well, seems the dog or like an animal can't like actually own a property. It depends, it's whoever owns the animal is the one that also owns his or her shares. Yeah, like I said, I'm wondering how official does it have to be? Because, yeah, the mayor did say that if I found the cat, I could have it. Back when he was fleeing, so... I am absolutely not going to tell him about the fucking kittens. I mean, that's the interesting thing, though, about his response is that he said that the mayor had a case. He didn't say that, well, you guys are shit out of luck, you have to give the cat back. He just said that the mayor has a case. That's lawyer speak for, well, the courts will have to decide. Also, you're going to have to pay, you're going to have to pay the lawyers a shit ton of money. Yeah, like, yeah, the whole, you know, Ulysses is a girl and has kittens, like, that should help our case. Like, the dude didn't even bother to check the gender of the cat. All right, so front base, front wall, and side base. What part of the front wall still needs washed? Well, this part. There we go. Oh, Ulysses is moving. Every now and then she stands up and lays down. I was rather hoping to employ the hilarious refrain, "You've missed a bit," and back it up with photographic evidence, but you didn't, so I can't. Impressive, Xavion. All right, so what more do we have here? So we've got the whimsical, yeah, acoustic piano. Ah, a Gothic chair. Lord. Sit and think like an expert attorney with this magnificent vintage chair, pre-owned by expert attorney Xavion Lassalle. Did we get a new picture? Anything? Doesn't look like we got anything new here. All right, so the recreation stuff, the airship. I trust you've heard all about that disgraceful scene at the site of the Fishman statue. Way too much fuss over what is, frankly, a theft of a couple of chunks of colored glass from a very old and very poor piece of art. Naturally, I responded immediately by sending my airship to reassure the gathering crowd. Well, between you and me, we were in the area anyway, notifying any desert-dwelling outliers of my victory in the county elections. Right, so you just happened to be in the area where that stuff was when that was stolen. Are we gonna see, like, you know, the Thrust Industries logo on this at all? All right. Envelope dish? Excuse me? Would you take a look at that curious collage of befoulment, Deathfinder? We must have flown through some kind of dirt cloud. We were spotless when we took off. With the extra weight from the dirt, we were lucky to make it to the recreation grounds in one piece. Right. Who exactly is we? Who were you with? Like, this is a curious addition to an airship, sir. I mean, I suppose he could mean just like the crew that actually fly it. I don't think Jefferson the 13th is like any kind of an airship captain. Envelope top panel. Okay, why is everything like envelope? Yeah, he's very you know, and the article that we have of the theft has the new Caldera County mayor saying that it was, you know, it was tragic, but it was also brilliant. It was also like a brilliant a brilliant theft. It's like, you're praising the thieves. That's, you know, he's like, he's trying to say that it's horrible, but at the same time, he can't help but, like, you know, praise the thieves. It's like, something don't add up here, Jeff. All right. That tells us how far we can go. I can't help but feel like we're gonna find some stuff in here that's like is very bad for the mayor. I mean, pretty much every time we do a job for the mayor, it's like, yep, there's, we always wind up finding more problems with it. Like, I'm wondering what kind of, like, you know, future tech he has on this thing that we're gonna find. I'm still wondering if we're gonna find, you know, if we're just gonna wind up finding like a evidence that this is actually like a Thrust Industries airship or something. I'm glad. I tried to keep it, I tried to keep it again, kind of that low key, like, hey, just kind of chill type music. That seems to be what really works best with this game. Something a little whimsical, a little just chill. reminds me, that's one of the things that I need to do tomorrow is I need to find music to go with the Outer Worlds 2. So something kind of sci-fi-ish with whimsical elements. Apparently that game unlocks tomorrow or today, I guess, at noon. So it will be good to start that one on Wednesday. On Wednesday. And I'm already losing. It's Tuesday. Well, technically it's Wednesday now, but I'm like already losing track of the days. I, for one, will not be blaming the security force for the heist of the gems. It is an elite unit, and how anyone got past him is almost beyond imagination. I'm sorry, an elite unit got past him? Also, don't we all switch off from time to time? Not while we're at work. That's usually called your time off. I mean, did you really have just one person guarding those gems and like that's it? I was about to ask if there was any kind of like, any kind of branding on it. And it's like, yep, okay, there is. I can't see somebody like the mayor just like flying around in an unmarked, you know, an unmarked airship. Just like, no, it's totally nondescript. That's just not his style, man. He likes the ostentatious. Alright, I think we're good to go down to the ground level and have at it from there. Or at least, like, you know, come up partway up here. Of course he marks it with Ulysses. That cat is more important to everything than I think anyone even really realizes. Oh, but it's not named the Ulysses. No, it's just the 13. New job is available. How soon can you get to Fumarole, boss? Either this C-Sub cement mixer comes unstuck or I do. Okay, I think I see where where we need it now. We need, like, down in this. But we might need to hit it from the top. There we go. Yeah, they did kind of look like a keyhole, didn't they? All right. Now, I did go ahead and get the soap dispenser for the Urban X U2. Let's go up a couple rungs here. There we go. All right. You know, for supposedly coming from the desert, he sure doesn't have a whole lot of sand or anything on, like, you would, not the same type colored stuff that you would expect to find having come from the desert. That was like a warning light or something. Like, nope, that's just a valve. Let's come up here. Take a whack at this stuff. All right, leaf directly in my face. Thank you. And it did look like a really detailed leaf, so that's nice. Yeah, I tend to really, I tend to get kind of hyper-focused. One thing I think we can all agree on is the statue's practically worthless now. So there's 0 point at a security force hanging around. Okay, now tell you something else. I won't miss paying to get that darn statue cleaned every single day. But it's not your money that was going into the cleaning. It was like, it was the general. It was like the county funds. Also, why do I think that? Yeah, there's where Blake Thrust is going to show up, as he's trying to figure out what the Mer or the pacifists were. Like, hey, now that the gems are gone, there's no point in paying for security, so we can just leave it unguarded. That doesn't sound like a good idea in general. Like, there is still the historical aspect of it. Like, it is one hell of an archaeological find. right, so they have cameras? Oh, now I bet that would show some interesting footage now, wouldn't it? Come on, Jeff, let us see what's on your cameras. Good grief. I did not realize how big this thing was. It's freaking huge. I mean, granted, yeah, it's an airship. It's going to be big, but damn. You have reached the you have reached the power wash point cap. Well, I guess that means it's time to buy some furniture, doesn't it? I mean, we should be able now to buy the rustic shelving. So now here's the question. Does that mean that we can't, I mean, surely we'll be able to continue, like, earning power points or pressure points or whatever they are. Power points, I think, is what they call them. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting power points again. I will say, this seems like an awful waste, though. Like, seriously, who's gonna fucking ride around in a goddamn airship these days? Like, that cannot be the fastest and most effective way of traveling around your constituency. Like, yeah, you've got a long, you know, you're the mayor of the entire county, but still. Seems like a really ridiculous way of going about things. Alright, Park Warden. DG, what are you doing hosing down an airship in the middle of my recreation grounds? Please take care not to spray any flecks back on the bandstand. We can't afford any dirtification at this close to the festival. Look, it's a job for the mayor. What do you expect me to do? Tell him to fuck off? I mean, if you want me to tell him to fuck off, I totally will. I don't mind. Alright. I want to take care of the big part first, and then we'll take care of the, you know, where the mayor's dumbass is going to be. Alright. Let's make sure we've got the top panel, top panel, top panel. That's good. I was pretty sure that this was probably what needed to be washed. Not that one. That one. Alright, there we go. Actually, you know what? Let's recharge our soap. So yeah, the Park Warden is surprised to find an airship in his park. And he doesn't recognize the airship. That's even more that's concerning. So yeah, we don't have anything really concrete on the mayor. Other than, you know, his past being very shady. Well, I say shady, more like, you know, criminal with a side order of judge bribing. There we go. Yeah, let's get out of there before we try and stand up. All right. Soap. Bring me the suds. Like this thing is god awful. The color scheme on this thing is just god awful. I mean, technically it's like silver and purple, but it's like that light, very, very light purple that's like just doesn't really look good. Okay, why could I jump on? I could jump on the other one just fine, but this one, nah. Just didn't feel like letting me on, apparently. Okay, so what am I missing? Apparently this... Oh. I bet we need to pop up one. Alright. Engine cowling, engine front part. Alright, probably over on this side. Yep. Alright, we need some of the nose panels. Alright, well, let's pick you up. Put you kind of in front of. I'm willing to bet, yeah, we need to. All right, rear vent, grab handle, and front body. Now the rear vent. Okay, I know we got that one. Yay! New things are available in the shop. It's like, all right, let's like 10x maybe. But yeah, see, if that is like the mayoral symbol is like the cat in this hat, I'm really beginning to wonder if Ulysses isn't the key. Excellent work, Dirt Finder. Next stop for my airship, the wonderful industrial town of Fumerall. To kick off my tour of the county. To be honest, I'll be glad to get that one out of the way. They love me there, of course. But they're very in your face. Which is why I'll be remaining 4,000 feet up. I don't think I've forgotten about my cat. You'll be hearing from my lawyers. DCM JJ the 13th. Right, so yeah, he is getting litigious. Which, you know, I'm not exactly happy about. We got, what, a new whimsical rug? All right, let's go ahead and... Well, since he's going to Fumerall, let's go to Fumerall as well. Actually, first things first. Any news? Wait, what? Wait, why? I have a big question about that one. Cadero Post, the county mayor, the savior... County mayor, the savior... as security forces evacuated from site of Merman. New county mayor Jefferson the 13th proved the hero after rescuing security forces from the site of the Muckingham Merman following unrest after the heist of its precious gemstones. The head of security, Joe Average, stated, he just did what anyone would do. Anyone with a brilliant mind and access to a state-of-the-art airship, that is. In related news, no evidence of recovery of for the recovery of the gems has been forthcoming, with authorities seemingly resigned to the likelihood they have probably already been smuggled out of the county. Yeah, that's the last you'll see of them, continued Joe. I'm sorry, but fucking what? So the security person who was in charge of making sure that the Muckingham Merman was safe is like, oh yeah, so you'll never see them again. Like, that's an odd statement coming from the security guard. So axolomics. So, how to unpack all this? As far as I can tell, there are only 2 Lumoxes in the entire world, and we both live in the same county with entries in the same recruitment directory. Melts the mind, I know. I'm Axel Lummox, hairstylist extraordinaire. The other A Lummox is Arthur, who's temporarily supervisor specializing in mining ops. Guess which one of us got called up to run things here for the day? Okay, so yeah, here's the mining operation. And this is this, I bet you, how much you want to bet? This is the cement mixer that we saw go past the gas station. So we're going to be needing to look for like this purplish, like weird purplish type stuff. Actually, how far? No, we can't really get in that far. All right. Yeah, actually, I think this is the one that went by. Bubbles. No, you're gonna get all dirty. Oh, come on. Construction line. We can actually get pretty far out here. Hey, I cleaned one of you, except for it was blue. And it was, for some reason, like, under this woman's house. All right, where's the other two? Obviously, they have a lot of workers if they need that many outhouses. Did Ulysses come with us? Or is he being held by a lawyer? Or she? So this morning, I get a call from an agency asking me to get myself to a mine at Mount Rushless. That's weird, I think. Then I think, don't be judgy, McFrownerson. Miners need haircuts too. Yes, see? There's that weird, like, purplish stuff again that is, like, extremely difficult to get off. Like rust? Yeah, rust is a little bit tricky to get off, but not that bad. But this stuff is like, yeah, really on there. Yeah, especially with some, like, mysterious ore that's, like, going around. I don't see any, like, real big trucks like the gas station person was talking about. Might as well let the drum do the work for us. All right, there we go. The cement drum is turned on. You mean press E to turn it off? So yeah, there is definitely something weird going on in this mine. Like they're not mining normal things. Make sure we're just getting the tip top there. So they called you up, said you needed to get it. You're not bonded to do construction work. You should not have accepted the job. You shouldn't have been like, oh hey, yeah, I'll come and do this, no problem. Like this is not your area of expertise, sir. You should have told them, hey, why? Once you got here, you should have been like, sorry, this ain't my job. I know nothing about construction. I know nothing about mining. I know nothing about nothing. Also, why is there a cement mixer at a mine? That's another big question. Like a digger, like the digger, the excavator, totally get that. The cement mixer, that's a little weird. Like you don't usually have to mix up a whole lot of cement and stuff at a in a mine, rather. Concrete plan construction. That's not a suspicious name at all. Okay, that's just weird. They have the shading like baked into the texture. That always looks weird. So I drive out here, all excited at the possibilities. When I arrive, they immediately pop a hard hat on me. And that's the point where you should have told them, hey, you got the wrong person, this ain't my job. Not only that, not only is it that extremely rude, but also, do you realize how long it took me to... A little bit fast on that one, guys. Just a little bit fast on that one. You realize how long it took to get my pompadour popping like this. Okay. Thank you. I hate, that is one of the little downsides of this one is you can't go back and look at the messages that you received while you were doing the job. Yeah, I'm sure that's something that'll probably wind up getting patched in later. At least I hope so. There's that. I phoned my agency guy, and he explains that he booked the wrong lummox. Fantastic, I think. Now what? You realize you always wanted to be a construction worker? Okay, this part is not actually turning, I don't think. No, it is not. All right. So we can go ahead and turn you off because we've got all of the turny bits that we need. All right. Douse the gas tank in soap. Definitely a job that you want to use soap for, because, like, my God, there's just a lot of stuff that's rusty and, like, encrusted in crap. Agency guys tells me to improvise. He says that 93% of any job is one big confidence trick. Well, I could do the fandango before I could walk, So confidence is one thing I do have. Please tell me that they're at least paying you well. Well, the scary thing is that type of thing doesn't surprise me that much. Like, I don't know who the hell the substitute teacher was, but like a hiring agency or a temp agency like actually had my number for a while as the number for a substitute teacher. I cobbled together a pop-up hairdressing salon and treat all the guys and girls to a spanking new angle. You should have seen them after deep conditioning, like leaping lambs on a spring morning. But yeah, like I used to go into, you know, like about the time that I would go into work, I'd get a call saying, "Hey, so, you know, we've got a call from this school that needs they need a teacher for the day. You know, give us a call back if you're interested in the position." And I'm just like, what? Like, I am not qualified for a teacher. You know, the thing is, I'm not entirely sure, like, what qualifications you need to be a teacher. Like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure a lot of people do, because it's like, I remember, like, they were saying that, oh, well, there was a teacher shortage, and, you know, there's a teacher shortage, and, you know, a lot of people's instinctive reaction was, well, we have a lot of Army veterans that are in need of jobs. Why don't you put them in there? It's like, what is it about being in the military that qualifies you to be a teacher? .808 cement. Or cement, I guess, technically, but, you know, yeah, it's supposed to be cement. I want to see something here. No, we need 5,000. Okay, give me just a moment here. I need to take a real quick trip, and we'll be right back. All right. I was wondering if we, if there wasn't the possibility of like getting a better washer. But unfortunately not. Not yet, at least. Drum does not need to be turned on, thank you. That's a frame. So yeah, the hairdresser just like gave everybody at the work site a cut and a wash and a cut. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you get the wrong person for the job. Alright, you know what? Let's try and say always on. Oh, that's much better. Now I can actually see where I'm aiming. What is this thing? Extension stand? Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. That's basically helps extend it out if you need it, if you can't get the truck close enough. You guys do realize that you're supposed to pour the concrete and not drive through it, right? Unfortunately, though, we got a bit carried away and left one of the mixers running. The cement dried, hence, you're here. Agency guys said if I didn't fix the stitch, they'd dock my pay for a year. Ouch. Yeah, that sounds kind of like it sounds more like it's their problem. And I get the feeling that, you know, they would have had to have paid for the new cement mixer, a new cement mixer or something. So they just all of a sudden made it your problem. It's like, dude, this person is not the person you were supposed to send. It is not their fault if shit gets fucked up when you're telling them, hey, just deal with it. Like, there is a limit to the whole fake it till you make it bullshit. I mean, I suppose they might have a case against him if, you know, he continued to, if he actually stuck around to do the job. Why do you have a teddy bear on the front of your Cement mixer. That seems odd. Bits of that or whatever it is. Whatever it is that they are mining here. Again, the Britishness is showing. The bonnet. So we have some cab body. Got the badge. All right. Let's go ahead and get the cab body here. Things like... Oh. And we need to get the top of this guy, too. All right, so now we need the step, a door decal, and one of the wheels. There we go. Annie Mall. Is this Jet and Flows, Angels? I need a hand flipping my farmhouse. I'm sorry, that's House Flipper? That's a completely different job. This is Arthur Lamux, the actual temporary supervisor at Fortune's Mine. Public access to this mine is strictly prohibited and you shouldn't have been here. You need to sign an NDA to that effect and trust that... We'll need you to sign an NDA to that effect and trust that you will destroy any videographic evidence of your work. That said, the cleaning itself was outstanding. Please don't speak any of this. Don't speak of any of this to anyone, ever. I'm sorry, but you can't force me to sign an NDA after the work is done. Just like you can't say, hey, oh, by the way, everything that I talked to you about beforehand, that's all off the record. You can't retroactively do that. Also, I'm sorry, but Axel Lamux was hired as the temporary supervisor. So, suck it? All right. So, let's go and see if there's anything new on the bulletin board here. Oh. Hair's the thing. Miner nominated for Haircut of the Year. The hair industry was shocked to its bleached roots yesterday when a miner was nominated for the prestigious Delulu Hairstyle Award. Incredibly, Buddy Crenshaw only got his bangs due to a misbooking when an internationally renowned hairstylist was sent to his mine by mistake. Described as a cream horn melting into a mullet by its creator, Detergento-based barber A. Lamux, it's sure to turn heads. Let's hope it makes the... Wait, a melting horn melting into a... Did he give him the flock of seagulls haircut? I know I'm dating myself with that reference, but it sounds like he gave him a flock of seagulls type haircut. Right, that's the cake man. That's the mayor's the savior. All right, well, let's go ahead and I think we've got what, one. Do we only have one? I thought we had two. Nope, we just have the farm. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get our pictures done, and then we'll call it a night because we've actually been going for 3.5 hours. Like, I did not intend to do 3.5 hours, but it just turned out that way. All right, so I want you out of the way because I want a good shot of now if we put this on, we'll get an ooh, nice car. Now, do we have to do the inside as well? All right, there we go. Anyway, as always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to prod that subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below. That's our Facebook page, our Twitter account, Tumblr account, Blue Sky account, and the permanent invite for the Discord server. We're trying to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live and stuff like that. For example, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, we'll be back, and we will have the brand new The Outer Worlds 2, followed up by that midnight by more Powerwash Simulator 2. By the way, in the top description down below, we also have our merch, like our Ollamh Productions Washing Power shirt. We also have a few other Powerwash Simulator styled shirts as well. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!